Hello and welcome to the UKLC patch 9.15 breakdown. Compared to 9.14, this is a much smaller patch with significantly less impact, so expect this to be a quick one. First up is Karma. Currently, she is seeing a massive presence in pro play as a flex pick. Her ult-empowered shield is losing a small amount of base shielding and 0.1 AP ratio. This will reduce her late game teamfighting power, but we still expect to see her being played consistently. Next is Kiana, another champion that has been prevalent in competitive. Her E now only damages a target if they're within 250 range at the end of her dash, and her ult cooldown has been nerfed early but buffed late. The E changes allow for more counterplay to avoid her combos. You can now flash or dash to dodge the damage, and the ult changes limit how often she can use her powerful stun early game while compensating her late game with this buff where she tends to fall off. Rumble has received nerfs to the strength of his scrap shield. With no mana cost and the 6-second cooldown, this was a big tool for Rumble's trading power, so any nerfs will hurt him. Rumble hasn't been played a ton either mid or top, but this definitely makes him struggle more in rough or trade heavy matchups. Xerath has had his ult range flattened. Previously it started at 3200 range and he gained 1200 with each level, whereas now it is a flat 5000 range at all points of the game. Xerath isn't really seeing much play outside of a few games here in the UKLC, but this does mean that he can more easily impact the map with his ultimate, and he does play pretty effectively into Azir because he can outrange and poke him down. However, the lack of mobility provide him weaknesses compared to the likes of a Corki or an Azir, so he's still a risky pick. Kha'Zix received a 10 damage buff to his Q, nothing huge but a nice buff for a jungler already seeing play. Lee Sin also received a 10 damage buff to his Q. Again, nothing huge, but Lee was a common pick before this, particularly in the UKLC. Looking at you, Taxa, so maybe we'll see a little bit more Lee Sin. Lissandra had some buffs to her base HP and an extra 0.15 AP ratio on her Frozen Toon. This definitely helps, but doesn't change the fact she was hit really hard by previous nerfs and will still struggle into the current mid pool of 9.15. Finally, Swain's Q Death's Hand has had its range increased by 100. This ensures that when he pulls someone in with his passive, he can follow up with his Q damage. A nice buff which helps with his combo. Considering the changes in 9.14, this might open him up for picks this patch. Quite a few other champions received minor buffs, but for the most part these were either very small or on champions but aren't really seen that often. Hope you enjoyed the video and we'll see you again for 9.16.